Yes, we have questions, Pastor P. Somebody says, does infatuation sometimes present itself like love?
Yes, it does. It really does. That's why that element of accountability is important so that you're able to ask somebody to help you assess because you yourself sometimes have, as I said, have fallen in head first. So when you're fallen in head first, there's no reasoning capacity. You know, because you're so entangled in that relationship, you don't want anyone to say anything. And we've seen this. Some people actually end up marrying because of infatuation. And then 2 years later or 1 year later, they're coming back and saying, I've got challenges, I've got problems. What do I do? It's too late. You're already in there, you know? Whereas with love, as I said, love goes feet first, you know? So you're able to see what ground am I stepping on? Am I stepping on stable ground? But if you go head first, it's too late. You
Thank
know?
you for that one, Pastor.
So don't fall in love, but grow in love or walk in love.
Okay. Somebody I know once told me that if you fall in love, then it doesn't go anywhere because anything that falls in love, anything that falls actually breaks. So you have to be in love, not to fall in love.
That's right.
So someone was saying, why is it sounding like it's bad wanting to know where your partner was and whereabouts? You know, the moment when you're talking about, you're always asking, where are you? What are you doing? And all that.
Relationships are built on trust. Okay. So once
Yes.
have got any more element of mistrust, it means that relationship is not healthy. Because with mistrust comes manipulation. It comes controlling. You then now want to dictate. Text me when you get there. I want to know where you were, who you were with, what you're doing. You know, it doesn't create for a healthy relationship. But when you trust, you're fully confident that this person and I are in a relationship, and this relationship is full of respect and it's honorable and it's accountable. Then I've got no. Right now, my wife is somewhere. I don't even know where she's at, but I trust where she's at, and I'm not trying to figure out. You know, some now these days they even you can actually even track somebody. You know, to see their movements as to where they're going. That's terrible. That's not the godly way of relationship. There's going to be trust.
Okay,
In
Pastor P.
relationship.
And there's a question here, and it says, how do I navigate trust and vulnerability in a romantic relationship?
Once again, the issue of once you put yourself as vulnerable, it's a problem. That's why I said, remember, you yourself need to be confident and sure in yourself. So don't look for affirmation, for validation from somebody else. Don't look
Okay.
for validation from somebody else.
Okay.
Validate yourself and be certain and fully assured that you are a unique, special individual. Therefore, when you do that, entering into relationships, you know, is not for validation, is not for covering, is not for security, but you're getting into a relationship for growth, for maturity, and for a, completeness of each other.
Yes, we really get that, Pastor P. And I see Portia is saying, what are the do's and don'ts during courtship?
That now depends on who you're accountable to, you know. It's always good for you to go to your church leader or somebody respectable in your church so that they're able to, because you know what children do when you tell them not to do something? They go ahead and do that.
Yes.
But I said that's why I didn't talk about do's and don'ts. I talked about boundaries. I talk about boundaries. That is, you begin to see where your relationship is going to, you need to be able to sit and say, these are our boundaries because of our beliefs. So you look at your faith and then you give that faith, you allow that faith to help you draw boundaries. And those boundaries should be coming from both of you. Like one example of a boundary is that we will not be found in one room together by ourselves, the two of us. That's a boundary. Because you know, when you're by yourself in your room, the temptation to begin to affirm, feel, assure, show love You even have girls say, what are you going to do to show me that you love me? Ah, guys, like Joseph, run away. So those are just some boundaries. I'm just saying an example of boundary, but you guys need to come up with your own boundaries so that you take responsibility. Because if I give you do's and don'ts, then you say Pastor P said, and that doesn't work. You need
Yes.
to be able to say, you know what, let's decide. We are Christians. This is what we believe is good. Let's create the boundaries from it.